historical links and shared religious beliefs regarding the emergence of the Antichrist between Freemasonry and Zionism. The figure of the Antichrist is one of the most controversial characters in Abrahamic religions, depicted as a symbol of deception and world domination before the end of times. Many theories suggest a connection between Freemasonry and Zionism, considering them part of a global scheme to pave the way for the Antichrist's emergence. This report explores the relationship between Freemasonry, Zionism, and religious beliefs about the Antichrist from a historical and doctrinal perspective. The concept of the Antichrist in Abrahamic religions. In Islam, the Antichrist, Dajjal, is considered the greatest trial for humanity, possessing supernatural abilities to deceive people and claim divinity. His key characteristics include being blind in one eye, with the word kafir, disbeliever, inscribed on his forehead, roaming the earth for 40 days, spreading corruption and deception, being slain by Prophet Jesus, Isa, peace be upon him, upon his return at the end of times. In Christianity, the Antichrist is described as a deceptive world leader who will emerge before the second coming of Christ. His characteristics include presenting himself as a powerful global leader, but being inherently deceptive, establishing a new world order based on oppression and corruption, being ultimately defeated upon Christ's return. In Judaism does not explicitly mention the Antichrist, but it does contain references to false messiahs, who claim to be the true Messiah but mislead people, play a role in end-time events, where their deception will ultimately be exposed. The connection between Freemasonry, Zionism, and the Antichrist. Freemasonry and its connection to the Antichrist. Freemasonry is accused of being a secret organization aiming to establish a new world order devoid of religion, aligning with some descriptions of the Antichrist's rule. Key allegations include promoting anti-religious doctrines, such as secularism and atheism, controlling financial and media systems, allowing them to influence global thought, using symbols linked to the Antichrist, such as the all-seeing eye and the unfinished pyramid. Zionism and the Antichrist. Some researchers link Zionism to the Antichrist through the following aspects: efforts to rebuild the Third Temple in Jerusalem, which is believed to be the Antichrist's throne, dominating the global economy through major financial institutions, pushing for a unified world government, aligning with the concept of the Antichrist's rule.
To monitor individuals. Reports suggest that Google and Microsoft collaborate with U.S. intelligence agencies. Free Facebook, Meta, and Twitter X, manipulating information and public opinion. There are claims that Facebook and Twitter are manipulating global food security. Monsanto is a giant in genetically modified seeds and is accused of controlling Big Pharma, profiting from disease. Companies like Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and Merck are accused of hiding cures for serious diseases and worker exploitation. Amazon is accused of forcing employees to work in
Historical evidence and shared symbols. Jewish influence in Freemasonry. It is said that prominent Jewish figures played a major role in establishing Freemasonry. Some Masonic symbols, such as the all-seeing eye, have origins in Jewish beliefs. Shared symbols between Freemasonry, Zionism, and the Antichrist, the all-seeing eye, used in many Masonic symbols, matching the description of the Antichrist's eye. The unfinished pyramid, found on the US dollar, believed to symbolize an incomplete project, resembling the idea of the Antichrist's global system.
1776, the Illuminati were organized to carry out the conspiracy. The word Illuminati is derived from Lucifer, meaning light bearers. Using the lie that his goal was to establish a one-world government to enable men of proven mental ability to rule the world, he recruited about 2,000 followers. Among them the most intelligent man in the field of arts, literature, education, science, finance, and industry. The Illuminati is a global network that governs black magic and Freemasonry and uses a secret code of numbers and words to communicate the plan to each other.
The connection between Freemasonry, Zionism, and the emergence of the Antichrist remains a controversial subject. Whether this is a conspiracy theory or a hidden truth, the global influence of these movements is undeniable, leaving open-ended questions about their relationship with the Antichrist.
A writer on magic in July 1854, Levi claimed to have invoked the spirit of Apollonius Diana, a factional philosopher in London at this time, and devoted himself to the study of Kabbalah and became associated with the English Cross of the Rose, and was the first to use the term astral light, and said that through this astral light the signs of the wonders of magic are transmitted. Levi also played this important role in the development of the esoteric tarot, which he referred to as the ancient Egyptian Book of Hermes, and described the tarot as the universal key to magical works and thus the key to all ancient religious beliefs, and was also one of the first to associate Kabbalah with the tarot, and was also a great artist. He illustrated his books with symbols and diagrams, many of which have acquired iconic status, and his most famous work is Not Out of Hand, written in 1855 and translated into English by Arthur Edward Wade as Transcendental Magic, Its Doctrine and Rituals. This book contains a synthesis of Western magic including Kabbalah, astrology, magic, spells, prophecy, and much more. This book was the basis for the formation of the Magical Order of the Golden Dawn, founded in London in 1888, which adopted much of Levi's magical system. Aleister Crowley, the man who called himself the Beast 666, the black magician, drug addict, sex addict, and treasure to the British people, the most famous member of the Golden Doors, was the mixing with the elite of British society and sharing his knowledge of Satanism with senior politicians, Freemasons, knights, and royalty. Crowley was a full-time occultist and had no day job. He had to hide his fascination with Freemasonry and Satanism. In his book, Confessions, Crowley claims to have been initiated into Freemasonry at the Anglo-Saxon Lodge in Paris. He also recounts how he became a master of one of the oldest and most respected lodges in London, Stud Home. In his book, titled Magic, Crowley wrote that Satan is this serpent, Satan is life, and love is light. His zodiacal image is Capricorn, the leaping goat god. The secret societies often report the sitting goat of Mendes in the Baphomet pose, a statue of George Washington himself, a high-ranking Freemason, shows one of America's founding fathers sitting in the same mystical pose as Crowley's goat-headed Satan. In 1912, Crowley became the British leader of Otto, a direct descendant of the original Bavarian Illuminati. Otto was a strict satanic secret society, and Crowley devised initiation rituals around the 33rd degree ceremony, a Scottish rite of Freemasonry. Crowley claimed that Otto's formation was returning Freemasonry to its German Illuminati roots. Crowley wanted nothing less than to dance with the devil.